YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on Total War Attila, and of course, as you know, today the last Roman DLC was released. It's a campaign pack, which you've already seen me play a couple of episodes of, and I'm going to bring you another one because today's release day, so that if some of you are thinking, should I buy it, you've got a little more of me playing it to determine whether or not you think it's something that you want to buy. So that's why I'm here. You can play as 5 different playable factions. If you're wondering a little more about it, you can go back to my first video where I showed this campaign and I explained through some of it, or just check the link in the description. I'll put a link to the DLC pack. I will give you a more in-depth review of what I think of the patch and the DLC in the next video, so keep an eye out for that. It should be out on the same day, so just check if you haven't watched that yet. And like I said, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown on what I think and how I rate it, but of course that'll just be my opinion, and of course you can gather for yourself from me playing here whether or not you think it's something that you would like. So as you'll notice, this is not exactly where I left off last time, and it's because there actually was a crash at the end of the last time I played this. I believe it was my computer, not Attila, though there are some known bugs that they mentioned in the patch notes. Again, I'll have a link to the patch notes in the description as well. So it could have been a bug or something like that too. That's why the end of my last video kind of cut off rather abruptly, so I did not have a save file of it. You would say, how come you just didn't use the autosave? Because I was a genius, and I played the East Rome campaign after that, and it overwrote my autosave. Yeah. Whereas I could have had pretty much the same thing. Yeah, not a whole lot of difference other than I got a couple of generals killed this time, killing the Moors. So, more stupidity on my part. Get it? Huh? Did you like the pun? Anyway, so here we go. Let's get back into things. I am going to go after the Vandalic separatist and then go after the remaining settlements, which I believe there's only 2 of. And then of course I've still got Belisarius over here who's busy kicking butt and taking names. May not even have time for the taking names piece, but that's what he's doing. Just pushing on into Berber territory. Full steam ahead, and some of you have noted that I have not upgraded my units. It's because my income is still quite low, so I'm trying to build it up a little before I really get into having fancier units, which is fine. The horde, or sorry, the expedition, I'm gonna say horde because I'm so used to it from the other one, it's getting better. I just built this public market, and as I build other stuff, it'll continue to give me a boost to income and all the other stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of that. Private latrines, man, that makes an expedition nice. If you're like this guy and you're sitting there in a nice latrine after a long battle, the flashes of your life, from the battle, like watching other men be killed and disemboweled and all the other stuff, it all works out as long as you have a private latrine to come back and unload on. It is so much better than kneeling down in a thorny bush or something like that and letting it go. So, and then of course we can upgrade this to the officers' latrines, because we all know, as you can see from the picture, that crapping just isn't quite the same unless you have some plush curtains behind you. It really helps ease it out, makes it easier on the colon. And apparently we can take this all the way up to a bathhouse, which obviously at that point we'll be using vandal slaves to bathe us and wipe our rear. So hope that was stupid enough for you. I am working on some research still. I did have a weird bug where on the tech tree, the military technology section just went completely blank for a turn. Fortunately, it came back at the end of the next turn, but it like blanked out my military research for a while. So I just decided to go ahead and do some research down here on this end temporarily. So I'm going to let that finish. Do we have movement points? No, not with them. Well, actually, it's just saying that because we're encamped. No, it's not. So apparently I was ready to end the turn here. And we took the settlement, well, we reclaimed the settlement for Rome, and then we went back into camp with Belisarius. Let's go ahead and move our spy up. I can't do anything to any of these armies or settlements or anything else like that. My spy really needs to be improved. So Belisarius has an unassigned skill. Let's see what's available to him. This one would give him extra replenishment, which is pretty cool. This one gives him just more melee attack in general, but we're going to have to spend a point on stupid fleet commander to get there. I guess I'll go ahead and do it. It'll uneven things a little bit, but that extra melee attack will come in handy, and then the campaign movement range as well. And then maybe we'll go for the replenishment. Alright, so let's go ahead and end the turn. Making decentish income, but I mean, again, we have all crappy armies, so it's not so great. We need to get better buildings in the other hordes, but they're somewhat, or I keep saying horde, I knew I was going to do it, in the other expeditions. It's because it's so similar to a horde, I can't help it. Not saying that to be mean to Creative Assembly. Some of you will probably say, it was just copy and paste. I mean, that could be argued. But it definitely reminds me of a horde, so... Well, that's good. We made Justinian happy, so we're going to have some good political ramifications for once. We do not have a ton of food, so I think I'm going to actually go ahead and... This won't give us much more. It'll only give us like 11 more food, but hey, whatever. We'll take what we can get. We're going to need it. So we'll go ahead and spend the money on that. This stack back here, and again, you'll notice that I took more losses than I should have in the battles with the Moors this time. It's because I was a screw-up, I guess. Off my game, whatever it is, I don't know, call it what you will. We're going to declare war on the Vandalic separatist here. It's giving them good chances. I can't imagine why, so I'll just encircle, and if they think their chances are so good, they can come prove it. But yeah, we'll see. This army here, I was kind of thinking to attack the Sardinians. It looks like the Roman Empire... Oh no, that's the Ostrogoths attacking them. Whatever. Well, I'm probably still going to attack the Sardinians just because why not? In fact, why not? No, seriously, why not? Alright. Yeah, they're going to be pretty vulnerable, so we're going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, I got those guys encircled, so that'll be good. I can't encamp them since we're busy encircling an enemy. Let's go ahead and leave the camp for Belisarius, though, and start making our way towards Rusadir over here. Looks like the Roman fleets that were out there didn't finish the job or got beaten, one of the two. Vandals trying to get back behind our lines. We'll clean them up with one of those other armies we got around. It's not a big deal. They're pretty much as good as dead, so I'm not particularly worried about it. Oh, you want a peace treaty? No, I mean, you got such good chances for victory. I'd really like to see that happen. Why didn't you attack me? I'm so confused. Interesting. So the Sardinians are attacking some Germanic rebels. Yeah, I'm going to decline. Let's see. So Narses is looking to get an appointment. I'm just going to block his promotion. See how you like that, Justinian. So yeah, block his promotion. Sounds like a plan. We could upgrade to the butcher and the granary. We don't need that at all at the moment. And the construction cost isn't going to make a big bunch of difference either. But I can't afford all these upgraded units at the moment either, so I'm going to have to hold off really on the military tech just because it's not necessary at the moment. Let's get over here and attack the next Berber settlement. It actually says that they have quite a few troops here, but it's not giving them good chances against old Belisarius here. I might go ahead and siege them too. Yeah, we'll go ahead and siege them even though I'll lose some income. Just to see if we can draw them out. That way I'm not just auto-resolving everything. Every day I'm auto-resolving. Go ahead and do the public order thing here too. Oh, some of you are always complaining because I miss these things. I mean, it's true, I do. Let's see if I'm missing any with Belisarius before I put any on these guys. Oh, Theodosius. Alright, so Belisarius has got everything here. So he's good. We'll go back to this guy. Give him a ladder, because it'll make him happy. We don't need the morale versus Romans right now. Public order also won't help much, but 10% charge bonus for cavalry wouldn't hurt. Do that, and then we had the one other guy that doesn't have some of those retainers, but let's see what we can do. Minus 10, casualties suffered from snow attrition, armor for the commander's unit, yeah, I guess whatever. So we're good there. And we can actually build up this horde a little now too, which is good. We can do the one that's going to give even more integrity, which is not a bad plan, because this army's pretty craptacular when it comes to integrity. But we kind of need money, so I find myself wanting to build this market tent here. What's the deal with these market stalls? Oh yeah, yeah, that's what we want to build. We're gonna build the market tent. Try and get us some income. We'll start trying to build that in every stack that we have the opportunity. These guys can't finish their storehouse while they're sieging. And how long can these guys hold out? 12 turns? Seems redonkulous. Still saying they have good chances. I don't really understand how their 8 units, 9, 10, no 10 units here have such good chances. Like I said, I'd like to see them prove it. So I'm just going to continue to encircle them. Just because I can at this point. It looks like the rebels actually beat down the Sardinians and took it, so now I don't even have to declare war on the Sardinians. This is beautiful. We'll auto-resolve this one because the rebels are losers. And we'll reclaim Hippodiarrheus for the Roman Empire.
What does Rome require of me?
Alright, sweet. We can keep building that market tent. That's going to help out actually quite a bit with it's going to help out quite a bit with income.
Hear us, Lord!
Let's see, think we're good there. Belisarius has got these guys all circled up too. They're going to be able to hold out for a long time. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. If they want to hold out, they can hold out. I'll siege them up real good. Let's go take a look at Tingis and see what it's looking like from a resistance standpoint. Alright.
At your command.
Let's give that guy the public order one. Again, don't know that it'll do much good since we're just expedition, but who knows? Maybe it applies to the Roman settlements that we're walking through. I doubt it, but oh, whatever, you vandalic losers. Got no game, got no empire. All that work, all that migration, and Belisarius came in and pooped all over you. Now granted, you did embarrass him a little at first, but still, in the end, they had a critical success with one of their spies here, whatever it was that he did. Apparently not much. These guys are still encircled, and it's going to be really running up the escalation, like the siege escalation. Not sure that that's something they really want to let happen, but if they are going to let it happen, I'm going to let it happen. We're going to go up to this vandal army that's back here causing a ruckus. Go ahead and go back into our camp, though, so that we can finish the market tents. We're just going to go ahead and end the turn again. Spend some time investing in a little sieging here. I'm trying to do it so the enemy will come out and attack me, but they're being pretty weak sauce, so I'm at this point thinking it might be more poetic for me to let them rot in their little stalls there, since they think they're so tough, since the auto-resolve thinks they have such good chances. Now a big chunk of the Berbers just left, which means that that settlement's going to fall to me, so they may have fled to save their own lives, but it's nice of them to leave all of their women, children, and everything else back here for Belisarius to kill. Very noble of them, actually, very noble. So I try and get you a battle, and the Berbers run away. What can I do, folks?
Is that all?
If I had the option to raise it, I would have, just to teach the Berbers a lesson in honor. But apparently they did not wish to learn at the moment. +2 in foreign territory, experience for recruits, morale and I will just go ahead and do the extra integrity. I don't really need a ton of it, but I mean, the more this ridiculous levels of integrity we get, we can upgrade more buildings. So it should balance out for us. Integrity is kind of like the equivalent of public order when it comes to building in the hordes. They're going to run out of supplies in 5 turns here, so that'll be interesting. The Vandalic armies got cleaned up there. Let's now take this stack and start marching over here, and we'll get to Cirta and Cetifus and take care of them, so that way we're not sitting doing nothing. But basically the whole of North Africa will be in Roman control once again, which will be pretty cool.
Ready for battle.
We do have a little bit better income now, so I can probably go ahead and upgrade some of my horsemen, and maybe go ahead and start researching the upgrades to Tagmata Cav. Some of the other stuff that will be helpful to me. Tagmata Cav ought to be pretty handy. It's not heavy Cav, which is probably fortunate for all of us because it was bad enough when it was that good in multiplayer. But it's still going to have very, very nice attack versus cavalry and other stuff. So my guys hit their time in office. We can now actually go ahead and put Theodosius in as Master of Soldiers. We can put this guy in there too. He's gonna keep going ahead and do it. Can we? Nar says no, he can't participate. So I'll just go ahead and put them both in there. I know, just see how it rolls. This Berber army is trying to drop in behind me and be a bit of a nuisance. So I'm gonna actually come down here and see if we can pin them in.
Make haste, men. Ready for further orders.
Okay, let's check out our growth. Growth is actually pretty dang good in Belisarius' expedition. Caught myself that time. Barely, but I did. No, I don't want to go into raiding. So let's keep moving up to Cirta.
Gathering supplies.
Okay, so that horde's good.
To victory!
Yeah, these chumps are 4 turns from starting to starve. So it should be, yeah, we're in really good shape. The Romans have good public order and everything in their provinces, so this is pretty nice. You do end a lot more turns, and it's kind of interesting in this campaign as the expedition, at least. It's probably similar again to the, I mean, it won't be wildly different if you're used to playing the migratory factions or the Huns in the Grand Campaign, but you get to do it as the Romans, which maybe is something a bit different, maybe something unique that some of you would enjoy. The Berbers seriously just like run off to the middle of nowhere. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to chase these idiots to the edge of the map. Otherwise they're just gonna try and come back whenever... It looks like these Berbers may have lost a battle against the garrison there or something. Let's just go ahead and move part way back this way and see what the idiot Berber army does here, since I don't have time for that. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade because I've got enough income at the moment. So upgrade these guys to the Equites Promoti. That will make them medium cav, which is nice, and give them substantially better stats here too. So also nice. And it didn't really hurt my... I mean, it took 200 off of my income per turn, but I mean, these Foederati Cav are light. Their stats aren't bad, but they're light. We'll go ahead and run the upgrades on all these guys. Get them into Equites Promoti. We're getting some good growth here, too. So this horde won't be growing nearly as fast. Horde, I did it again. Expedition won't be growing nearly as fast. The Vandals don't have anything to fight us with out here, and I'm really hoping to get a battle in before the end of this. Guess I just may have to do it with that one stack over there. Get back in. Are there any mercenary camel warriors? Let's just hire a couple mercs. Did the mercenaries not hurt my... They didn't hurt my predicted income. It's like it's not costing me any upkeep or something. It's very, very odd. Let's go ahead and attack. And we'll fight it so that we can have some kind of battle here. Wonder if there'll be any siege escalation since I've been sieging it for so long. We'll see. I know they haven't run out of supplies yet, so I don't know if the siege escalation starts to kick in when they run out of supplies, or if it starts to take its toll on the city. We will see. They also did say that it was a bug that the weather won't clear up after the message of the climate change goes away. So that was announced in the patch as well, so it indeed was a bug. And it's something that they said they're going to address, though it will not be fixed as of when you are listening to this. Desert hurlers. I want to kind of take this attack from some different directions. We're going to want to keep our general at a safe distance. Let's drive in our cav from over here. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's get all our missile troops. And yeah, let's push right here. Get all these guys in that tower radius so we can capture it. Tell our missile troops to take an attack order on the Vandal Warlord. Okay, there's a whole bunch of archers sitting up here on the wall, so we really don't want to run past them with our cav. So I'll just leave my cav there as a distraction. Looks like they got some light Moorish cav, another Vandal Warlord, a Vandali Comitatus. How do they end up with 3 Vandal Warlord, or like 3 general units here? Don't quite understand that. That Germanic Warband is going to be a decent-ish infantry unit. I'm going to use Precision Shot with my Fundadores. Pull my Swordsman all the way up to kind of hold this position. My missile troops will do pretty bad damage to that Vandal Warlord. It won't happen instantly. Well, never mind, it did. Yeah, I mean, that much hurler fire is going to take a serious toll. And that Warlord unit just sitting there and taking this is certainly not in the interest of the AI. See my Spearmen over here getting in to capture. Gonna try and hurry and get into a defensive testudo here.
Their tower has fallen. Good news.
What? Actually captured the tower instead of tearing it down? Alright, well my slingers killed the general in that warlord unit. I'm gonna actually save the ammo on my slingers. Let's go ahead and move up with these Limitani. Are they gonna charge me or what? Those Cav and Diamond formation are a very, very tempting target for my slingers. Let's move up a little closer. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what we want. They're gonna get a lot of kills on my swords here with this somewhat of a rear charge, I think. But then they are gonna get absolutely destroyed because they're in the Diamond formation, and that takes their missile block chance down even lower. So yeah, that Moorish cavalry is going to get absolutely roasted. And then the Vandal Warlord decided to come in there too, so I'll lose a few swordsmen, but that'll totally be worth it as far as a trade goes. Let's let you see this murder by stoning here. So yeah, the enemy cav here just getting absolutely destroyed in a hail of stones. It says they're attacking my... No, it's my generals walking through my own slingers and taking damage would actually be the proper description of what's happening there. Yep, my missile troops here proving their value. They've actually knocked out 2 Vandal Warlords at this point. Of course, I lost nearly all my swords in the process, but hey, whatever. It's a sacrifice worthy of Baal. those axemen are going to come out and potentially cause a lot of damage to me here. I'm going to try and rear charge them with my general. Now let's go ahead and pull this cav back over this way. Let's get this general up here. I'm going to rear charge these axes and hit them with the scare ability. Okay. So the Vandal general just continues to sit up there on his perch, watching this happen, while his axe unit gets utterly destroyed. The scare and the rear charge going to lead to a quick, easy route there. It's actually a pretty great way to take care of units quickly. Some weird lag going on there too. Worried we were about to get a crash. Okay, gonna take all my spears out of formation, and we'll just take them all into this Vandale Comitatus, however, whatever that is. Okay, let's get the rest of our cav brought up. Supposedly in this patch too, spearmen are supposed to be a lot more effective. It didn't say a lot more effective, I'm using my own words there, but it said that spearmen were supposed to be more effective versus cavalry. That will remain to be seen, and it's going to need to be tested. There was a lot of interesting stuff in the patch notes, and again, I will have made a separate video about this, but a lot of it's very vague. Like, for instance, just stating that it's more difficult for heavy cavalry to catch light cavalry now. What does that mean? I mean, you said you adjusted the charge speed, but what does it mean? Like, can you give us specifics? And then apparently the answer is no. So, I mean, stuff like that's a little bit frustrating to me because how do I know what to test? How do I know what's better if you don't give us some specifics on what was changed? I just killed a ton of my own spearmen. And then the tower, of course, almost every shot it takes is killing my men, like that, and then my own javelins from all of these Equites Promoti came in and killed a bunch of my spearmen too. So not an ideal situation for me, to be honest. If we can just kill this Vandale Comitatus, though, we'll be able to break through and take care of business here. There we go, we killed it. Let's just attack these spearmen, see if we can get rid of the Germanic levy. They shouldn't be... Yeah, they're not going to last long, not under the effects of flaming fire, and that's going to allow my cavalry to kind of break in here, go kill these skirmishers, and help finish this fight off. There we go. I'm going to go attack the other Germanic levy here. I'm going to get all these cav and come over here and destroy these archers. Bring my general up here as well. The odd pathfinding right now is getting my guys. When you get big groups of guys, stuff like this happens where they kind of like magnetize to the wall. They won't spread out and move around it. So, again, I'm not complaining about the patch they gave us, but I will say this. The patch took a very long time to come compared to the way that they were responding with patches to Rome 2. It took a very long time to make. The changes in it, again, don't get me wrong, the changes that they made for the most part that I've seen so far, again, this is without thorough testing, so I may amend this statement if I learn more, but from what I see so far, I like the changes. But there's, as you'll see in my other video, there's praise and there's criticism on my part that I'll level when it comes to this patch, and like I said, you'll see that. I'll make it clear to you, and again, I have not had time to test this over like an extremely long period of time in a very thorough manner or anything else like that. It's just what I've learned quickly. I've only gotten to spend like 2 hours in this campaign. I didn't know that the patch was included with the build I had until today when they released the patch notes and I was able to actually go validate it. So again, I wasn't really able to test much in the patch because I didn't know whether or not they had patched it. I had inklings that they did because I had been seeing 360-degree arcs of fire on JavCav, and indeed that's one of the things they mentioned in the patch. So, although in the last video we'd already done it, we destroyed the Vandale separatists there, and we're able to get this army back into camp so that they can finish the storehouse, which will give me a little added food. Will be nice. We're not like starving to death or anything, but it'll still be nice. So it looks like,
Does Rome require of me?
yeah, we had already gone there to camp. So I think all of our guys are in camp. They are.
How can I serve the people
How's
of
this
Rome?
stack doing? They're almost retrained. They can't really move a whole lot more, but I want them down here eventually, so
Swift as
let's
the
go ahead and do that. End the turn. Okay. So
How can I serve the people of Rome?
looks like, yep, this army finished their build there, the storehouse, which is good. It can already be upgraded, but I think I'm trying to think. So we got, actually, wow, we got plus 20 friendly territory, offices, all the other stuff. Yeah, so that's actually pretty nice. We kind of need to wait for a little extra growth so I can build the muster tents. We need 3 for that, and we're not far from it. And I'm going to do the same thing in this stack here as well. We'll wait for the muster tents. Though I can go ahead and go out of
March.
camp, move on up,
Is that all?
and then we'll recamp. And as far as this army goes, we're going to want to do something a little different with them, rather than just follow where the other one is, because we don't have a need for these armies to be here. We could take them and maybe go take Corsica and Sardinia while Belisarius moves to Hispania, and just kind of take care of things. Whatever order we feel like would be fun. There we go.
We hunger for battle.
That Berber army moved up to here and is doing some raiding. I'm going to let the Romans take care of it. And I'm going to go ahead and start moving to Tingis. And that's going to be all the time I have for this episode. I do hope you all are enjoying the campaign. So we're probably one episode away here from just securing the whole of North Africa. I will go ahead and get this army ready to move across to Corsica. And then Belisarius will cross the Straits of Gibraltar. Or as it was known on the Futurama, they had the Kajigger of Gibraltar, or whatever the old lady called it. Yeah, we'll cross over and get a fight going with the Visigothic kingdom. So we'll have another old barbarian foe to go up against. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now. Hope you all enjoyed it.